Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I'll show you a detailed review video on the scales for the new Sage Awakening Legatus class. So this is the first scale for Legatus class. This scale does knockdown on hit and has super armor. This scale has two charges, and when you use both the charges one after another, the attack from the second charge of this scale has increased range and damage by 120%. The flows of this scale decreases enemy defense, inflicts burn on them, and reduces the cooldown of the scale by 2 seconds. It's a medium range scale and can be utilized effectively in PvP. This is the second scale for Legatus class. This scale does bound on hit, and the flows of this scale reduces the critical hit chance of enemy, decreases their attack speed, and increases the attack range of this scale by 10%. This is a close range scale and can be used in PvE farming. This is the third scale for Legatus class. This scale does daze on first hit and bound on last hit. It has super armor, but it's not applied in arena. The flows of this scale increases your defense, reduces enemy movement speed, and reduces the cooldown time of the scale by 2 seconds. This is a long range scale, and if any enemy comes near you while you are casting this scale, they will receive 50% scale damage of the scale. It's a really good scale for both PvE and PvP. This is the fourth scale for Legatus class. This scale does knockdown on hit and has super armor, but it's not applied in arena. The flows of this scale inflicts bleed on enemy and recovers your health points by 220 points. The name of this scale is Power Javelin, and with the passive skill effect it can be really OP scale. This scale is really good for both PvE and PvP. Also, this scale has medium attack range. This is the fifth scale for Legatus class. This scale does daze on hit and has super armor. The flows of this scale increases your defense and reduces enemy movement speed. This is a really good scale for PvP. This is the sixth scale for Legatus class. This scale does bound on last hit and has super armor, but it's not applied in arena. The flows of this scale inflicts burn on enemy and reduces their defense. This skill basically summons an object that chases and attacks enemy for 5 seconds. This is the 7th scale for Legatus class. This scale does knockback when both the hits of the scale land successfully. It has super armor but it's not applied in arena. The flows of this scale reduces enemies' attack and increases your defense. This is a close range scale and can be used for both PvP and PvE. This is the 8th scale for Legatus. This scale does bound on hit. This scale has super armor before the jump animation, invincibility while the jump animation, and again super armor while landing and attacking animation. The flows of this scale increases your attack, inflicts burn on enemy, and reduces the cooldown time of the scale by 2 seconds. And if you keep the scale icon pressed, you can teleport to your opponents and attack them. This is a long range scale and is really good for PvP. This is the 9th scale for Legatus class. This scale summons a thunder cloud that throws lightning on your opponent and damages them. This scale inflicts daze on your opponent, but it's only applied on the first hit of the scale. It's a really good scale for PvE and can be used in mass PvP too. The flow of the scale increases the number of enemy it can hit by 1. This is the 10th scale for Legatus class. This scale does bound on hit and the flows of this scale increases the range of the scale by 10%, increases the number of enemy it can hit by 1 and increases your attack power. It's a long range scale and can be used in PvE farming. This is the 11th scale for Legatus class. It's a buff scale that recovers 111 health points every 2 seconds for 10 seconds, increases attack power by 50 points and reduces the evasion cooldown by 2 seconds. This is the passive scale for Legatus class. Every 10 seconds when an enemy hits you, this passive skill recovers your full mana bar. Also, it recovers 20% of your mana bar when you hit an opponent successfully. Also, it consumes 80 mana points to reduce cooldown time of the power javelin scale by 5 seconds when you're using the power javelin scale for 4 seconds. So basically it gives you an extra charge for the power javelin scale if you are using both the charges of the power javelin scale one after another. Now let's see the black spirit scales and the evasion animation for Legatus class. Also, if you want to see the Legatus PvP video, I have done it on my channel. You can check it in there and I will link it in the description box too. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. I will see you in the next video.